Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mathics. Let's try to solve this together. One basic thing to review. We know that if I ask you to multiply 2 to power of x by 3 to power of x, the powers are the same. Bases are different. What do we do? The base will be 2 times 3 to power of x. Okay. And this is what we need to deal with this equation. Okay. Now with the same rule, 9 will be 3 to power of x multiplied by 3 to power of x. Okay. And with the same thing, it would be 3 of this. It would be 3 to power of x. Okay. So, and we're going to have 3 of these. Okay. 3 of these. So I'm going to write it this way. It's shorter. Now, if I give this a new name, I could give it any name that I want. I could call it y, call it a, whatever. So the equation would be if 3 to power of x is y, the equation will be y plus y squared, okay, equals y cubed. Now we just have to solve this equation, which is much easier to deal with. Okay, I'll have everything on one side. And here I'm going to factorize y. Okay, for this to be 0, either y needs to be 0 or this needs to be 0. Okay, so I'll have two answers, maybe. Now, okay, looking at this, a would be 1, b would be -1. Okay, c would also be -1. Now that we have our two answers, you see, there is a problem. Okay, we need to decide which of these answers is bigger than 0, which one is positive, and which one is negative. Why? Because here, later we're going to just go back to the main equation. You see, we know that y cannot be a negative value. Okay, we'll discuss that shortly. But this one, is this one larger than 0 or smaller than 0? This is going to be negative, okay, 2 and something, plus 1. It would still be a negative value. So the whole thing is smaller than 0, okay? Now, let's go back to the equation we had at the beginning. You see, 3 to power of x. Is it possible for that value to be 0? See, what is the largest number that you know? And we put it here in negative form, okay? Even if it is negative, super big number, the result to this will be 0, but not absolute 0, slightly still larger than 0. So it is impossible to make this 0 or a negative value. So for this reason, okay, we're not going to accept this answer because x cubed will never be this. So this is out. Okay, this -1, this one will also be out. Okay, the acceptable answer would only be this one. So I'm going to highlight this. Okay, so from the 3 options we found, only this one is accepted. So let's continue. Will become 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. Okay. Now, how to deal with this? Okay, because x is in the power form, I'll add logarithms to both sides. And in logarithms, we know that x could be here. So I will do that. So x would be x times logarithm 3, okay, would be logarithm of this, okay? 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And I have done this with a calculator, okay? So if we divide both sides by this, okay, then we'll have the answer to x. And I've done this before. The answer would be, in decimal form, almost 0.44. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. And please, if you did, go all the way, hit on the like button.